Hey guys, welcome back. Jordan here at the Nutty Gnome Homestead. It is the end of September 2024. It's raining. It's a miserable day. Guys, hunting season's just right around the corner, and I want to show you guys one of my passions come hunting season. If you guys haven't noticed from the shirts I wear, the grind it, bind it, shove it in the Mastodon meat cutters, so many other flint knapping shirts that I've worn. I am a flint knapper. I make stone tools the same way the Native Americans did. I have harvested deer, raccoons, rabbits, squirrels, several other small game with longbow and flint arrowheads. Here's a couple arrowheads that I've made out of local stones. There's another one. Some woodland points. We even make knife blades out of obsidian, dragon glass, if you guys are Game of Thrones fans. But today, I'm going to be taking a stone and I'm going to be turning it into an arrowhead. Guys, it's so easy a caveman can do it. So why don't you guys follow along and I'll show you how I do this. Now the whole idea of flint knapping is to take a stone and turn it into a tool. All the flakes that come off of the stone can be used for cutting purposes or scraping purposes. Anything you might need a sharp edge for. We'll take several thousand flakes off of this piece of stone. But the idea is to take a large stone like this called a spall. This was knocked off of a larger piece of rock. We're going to take this. I already made an arrowhead out of that flake right there. So we're going to take this stone and we're going to reduce it into a biface. Just a piece of stone that's been worked on both sides. It's nice and thin, basically a blank. I can do whatever I want with it. And then from there, we're going to turn it into a preform, give it a little more shape. And then we can go ahead and make our arrowhead or spear point or whatever you want out of it. Unfortunately, I'm losing my light pretty quick, so we're going to cut this video down. What I like to do is I'll take a spall of chert like this. This has been heat treated. And then I'll knock them out into preforms and then down to a blank like this. And then I'll usually set these aside and I'll finish these off later. Some really pretty heat treated material. Has a lot of color to it. There's some Flint Ridge. Another piece of Flint Ridge from Ohio. But guys, I think I'm going to take this little spall right here. We're going to knock this down into preform real quick. We'll be back in just a minute. Alright guys, so this is a piece of Keokuk chert from Oklahoma. It's been heat treated, been sitting out here in my barn, out of the elements for a while. Got a real thin edge on one side. This is where it was knocked off of the spall, or knocked off of the larger chunk of rock. Got a square edge over here. I am not going to show you guys this whole process. It can take me an hour or so to make a good quality hunting point. Sometimes less, just depending. I do use copper. Sometimes I use stone and antler. Big difference being is how traditional you actually want to get and who you want to talk to. The natives did use copper. So if they had it, they were going to use it, especially up in north central United States, guys. So even all the way down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this square edge and I'm just going to stitch it back and forth and make it into something that I can start beating on. Trying to keep you guys focused while I do this. You'll see me working all the way around at any given time. If I see a spot that needs hit, I'll go ahead and hit it, or I'll work my way over to it. Real slicked up, looks good right there. So all these thin little edges on the side, they're too thin to actually hit. If I hit it, it just crush. So I'm just going to keep working my way back and forth around this edge until I have something that I can start hitting. I'll bring you guys back in a minute. That flake went over halfway across that piece of rock. Nice big thinning flakes. You see we're getting these square edges worked down. Still got this thin edge here. It's relatively flat. Got a little bit of a convexity here, which is all right. Just going to keep working around on this. Okay guys, so about 20 minutes in, knocking off flakes, we come to this little triangle shaped preform, ready to finish out. Now I'm not going to finish it out today, I don't have enough light, but basically I'd take the pressure flaker. I've used both copper and antler to do this. We would hold this on a piece of leather, and you see the space underneath here. I would take this right along the edge and I would drive flakes either down, or I'd push in and drive them long ways across. And what that's going to do is it's going to thin it and further refine this edge to make it razor sharp to where I can hunt with. Okay guys, so here is the preform that I just made, and here's a couple of my finished hunting points. One thing to note is lighter colored rock tends to weigh less than darker colored rock, so they need to be slightly larger. Here in our state, stone points have to be a certain width across and they cannot be barbed. So abide by your regulations for your state. I don't want anybody getting in trouble. But as you guys can see, after I get done pressure flaking and putting a stem on this to where I can mount it on a wooden shaft, that's just about where I need to be. This Flint Ridge arrowhead weighs about 125, 130 grains. These are Burlington right here, comes out of Missouri. I got nice little serrations on there. This thing is razor sharp, guys. It's amazing what this will do to a thick deer hide or a raccoon or even a rabbit, squirrel. These things are absolutely devastating on the wildlife. Put it on there. You can see how much more material will be coming off there. Like I said, I'm running out of light. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and get a couple of these finished. But that's where we're going to stop for today. That's about what this one's going to look like whenever it's finished. Just like that. Okay guys, so that's just a quick video on how I make my arrowheads. Guys, it's really kind of repetitive. It's really easy to do. It just takes literally tons of rocks to perfect your technique. If you guys want to see more videos on this, more in depth, please let me know. Leave a comment down below or contact us over on Nutty Gnome Homestead on Facebook. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. Hunting season's right around the corner. I got an order for several arrowheads I need to get done, so I'm going to try to get these done when I have a little more light and make it a little easier to see. Till next time, guys, get out there and get ready for hunting season. It's just right around the corner. Y'all stay safe.